Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Scattered Roots podcast. Starting off hot today.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Scattered Roots podcast. This is episode
Nope, what's hot?
11, and I think we are excited to do things a little bit differently today. We are going to, I guess, provide a little bit of context, right? Kevin and I, and we'll talk about it a little bit at the back end of the episode. We have some announcements about like potential changes, some things that are coming up, and so this is going to be kind of the episode before those changes come into effect. And so we thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this episode since we'll be doing things.
Yeah, we're trying new things.
For sure, you know what I'm saying? I think we're learning.
We'll talk about those.
Like we really have been getting some good feedback, kind of taking what we've learned over the last 3 months or so, and now going to try to apply those things, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So again, we'll talk about it at the end of the episode. So for today, what we'll be doing, and this is from our lovely intern, Monica. We are going to be asked a series of questions.
Did she write this?
She did write this. I'm kind of editing it because it's from her perspective, so I gotta make it match. Okay, so we're going to be asked a series of questions that have related to things that we've touched on in previous episodes throughout this season. But we're going to be asking they're going to be asking us some riddles and other funny questions as well.
Oh, man.
So
this is gonna...
It'd be cool. So there's not so I guess to say that there's not a specific topic today.
Uh-huh.
It's just kind of, which we don't know the questions. We haven't heard it yet. No, not at all.
Are you sure?
You should be.
Okay, I feel like you should be.
Okay.
if previous question segments serve as any indication.
Okay, as long as they're not questions that I have to have a correct answer to.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because then maybe I'll do bad.
Okay.
But otherwise, I can answer a question. So yeah, I guess our questions will be asked by our interns, Miss Monica and Miss Fabi. So shout out to them, and then we have a couple other friends here in the cut as well in the fold. So there'll be some engagement from all around. So I guess without further ado, ladies, you want to take the stage?
Question number 1.
Yeah. So again, this is gonna
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Monica.
All right, nice.
That's what she sounds like, guys. In case y'all were wondering.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
No, so we're gonna kind of start off with some harder questions, like maybe less fun, but we'll end it off.
All right.
They're
better.
sprinkled in there.
Jump
They're sprinkled in there.
Okay,
so.
cool. I'm ready. When you say harder questions, is this
It's gonna be some soul
so I gotta
searching.
integrate or
Yeah, some soul searching. There's
Oh,
no real
integration.
right or wrong.
Soul searching questions?
Kind of, yeah. No real right or wrong.
Are we gonna do Riemann sums today?
My therapist told me to stop talking about it on my podcast, so if it's anything therapy related, I can't.
Your therapist is not great
What?
because I don't think we've.
What? We're still processing my feelings.
Okay.
Okay,
I can't
guys.
talk about it.
First question. Tell me about a time when you didn't feel Mexican enough.
Never. I'm just kidding.
Do you have a story? I have a
A
story.
specific
Like a
no,
very
go ahead.
specific
I don't think
story.
You know what? I'll go first because I think yours is gonna be better. Because I really don't have a specific.
It's not
moment.
honestly that good. It's just I remember a specific moment.
Well, I'll go first. You.
All right, go ahead. Ladies first.
No, honestly, I don't I'm typically the most Mexican friend in the group. I think I'm pretty Mexican. You know, relatively speaking to Mexican Americans.
How big is the nopal in your frente?
Paludo as fuck.
The whole nopal?
Yeah, the whole thing. There's a whole damn. You ever seen that meme of that nopal? Yeah, dude, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. So for me, it was probably whenever I finally went to Mexico. I haven't been to Mexico much throughout my lifetime, and I think technically the second time I went was last year. No, the year before that. The year before COVID struck. Man, COVID's fucked up my perception of time.
Yeah.
It was 2 Mays ago.
We're almost out.
But yeah, it was then. Whenever I was actually in Mexico, and then I was, oh, I'm not really of this ilk. I don't really belong.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when I'm over here, I feel pretty comfortable in saying I'm Mexican. What about you?
So there's not a specific moment where you...
I don't think so. It was just my whole vacation over there.
Yeah, he said whenever he was over there, when he visited.
Oh, the whole time. But there's not a specific interaction or something. Okay.
No, I mean, I guess when the waiter came and took my order.
Okay. So, mine, mine's more of a specific moment, or I guess not a moment, but a specific circumstance. It was when I was maybe 13 or 14. I was in Mexico, right? And I think that's where it happens, and that's what we've always said, right? When you're in the United States, you are the Latino, you're the Mexican. When you are in wherever you're from, in our circumstance, like Mexico, you are the American. So that's definitely how I felt. Like I was maybe like 13 or 14 years old. I was in Mexico. And again, I used to love spending my summers and my time there. But I think it was the first time there was a big, big wedding or a big party. And everyone...
And you didn't know how to dance.
Yes, exactly.
I knew where you were going with this.
It was... Everyone was getting ready to go out, right? And like... like where we're from, like it's very vaquero. It's very, so everyone had, and I used to kind of dress like that when I was real young. Like my mom would buy me like, my botas, like my
charros,
everything. Yeah, like I was, dressed to the T. But I didn't have any of that clothes because now Rudy's in, what is this, like 6th, 7th grade or whatever I'm in.
Rudy's wearing FUBUs.
Yeah, bro. I definitely was rocking the tall tees with like, like some big shorts. I thought I was clean back then, but I did not have the clothes to wear at this like wedding. And so everyone pulls up, and everyone still kind of knows, but like, bro, like everyone wearing like a button up, like looking like a vaquero, like asking girls to like dance, like I could not, I didn't feel comfortable. Like it was the most. I remember feeling so out of place, and like if I wanted to dance, I'd look like an idiot, like out there, like who's this one kid like wearing this, black tall tee on it. So I remember that moment. I definitely didn't feel. I
wish
probably did not take any pictures. But, so that's one specific moment, and that's kind of just a general idea of, like, this weird period of time where I was not Mexican enough for sure. Good question.
Good question, Monica. So this is Fabi. So next question. Tell us about a time when you didn't feel American enough.
This one's tough, because I feel like I'm pretty American.
Like every moment of my life. I don't know.
But you didn't feel American enough?
I don't ever like identify myself as such. I've told you this before. Like I don't like being called Mexican American. I know that's what I am, but like I kind of wish I was just Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly,
for sure.
Honest. Like I don't really identify with the American side of me. But being American enough, like what's enough? Like that's what. But I guess if I had to say, I always kind of feel like an outsider, especially when I went to like when I got to college. That was a good culture shock. I think that was the biggest one.
For sure.
When you get to college and everybody's white at A&M.
With the H in front of the W.
Yeah.
Most everybody is very white and a lot of them are conservative and yeah. I just kind of felt like an outsider, right? Like they're all talking about their shit and I'm just like, I don't relate to any of this. Like, I don't know, like they're over here talking about their music and they listen to Queen. Oh man, when Queen comes on, that's when you know what that.
Bro, yeah.
When fucking Bohemian Rhapsody comes in,
the first time I heard that song in college, I like it now. Like it's cool.
It's
Hold
an
on,
undanceable song.
Bohemian Rhapsody or Sweet Caroline?
No,
Which
Bohemian
one's worse?
Rhapsody.
Really?
All of those.
Yeah, I hate Bohemian Rhapsody. All of them for sure, but Bohemian Rhapsody is absolutely worse because everybody breaks off into fucking chorus. And you know what's funny about that song? Like everybody automatically knows what part they are, and like the little duet where it's like Galileo, and they're like going back and forth.
Like they have like a good.
Like it's like you're this part and I'm this part, and then they just
like.
Yo, fuck that song.
That's Bohemian Rhapsody is a song that like has so many like changes, right? It sounds like it's like 4 songs in one.
Shit don't make no sense, bro.
Hey, low key, that's what Zafaera kind of sounds like, though.
Oh.
Is it not?
We're not about to do
and
that.
And Zafaera is the Picasso. I talked about this last time.
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody is dumpster doo-doo.
But that's the same. That's the same thing he did. Nah, the song is actually pretty fire.
Nah, I'm gonna stand on that. I hate like classic rock. All that. See, there you go. That's where I'm not. I didn't hear that song until college. Honestly, like I'm not. Maybe like in a movie or something, but it didn't like register in my brain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe I heard it before that, but like the first time I remember hearing it was college. Like all that shit, all that type of music. I'm like never heard that shit growing up. So.
Well, it's funny that you guys mentioned music.
Oh, he didn't.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my answer real quick because I actually just thought about it.
Oh, okay.
So mine will be another like kind of specific circumstance. So in like 4th or 5th grade, and y'all may remember him. His name was John. He went to
Pitts?
John Pitts. Me and him were actually really, really good friends.
Really?
Like in 5th, 6th
What happened
grade.
to John? Never mind.
I don't know what happened to John.
Shout
Hey,
out.
John, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well, bro. Much love. But I used to hang out with him and his family.
It's a very Caucasian man.
He is he is white.
Yeah.
But he's what I'm saying, like
Cool people.
we were very close friends, and he would invite me to hang out over at his house all the time, and like we would go over and chill. And first of all, he had a shit ton of toys. I was like, yo, but there's so many toys at this house. What's going on over here? Like this man has everything in those books.
Hot Wheels.
But I remember the specific moment I'm trying to get to was the 4th of July, and his family had invited me to come over, and my family doesn't really do much on 4th of July. like at all. Like we would go see the fireworks because just go see the fireworks.
Yeah.
But I went over there, and bro, like white people love it. It was to the T. Like it was the most American house with the most
America.
Bro, and they started at like 7 a.m.
Oh,
Like
shit.
had a great breakfast. Like I was like, oh, this is
Patriotic
a day
as
of
fuck.
festivities. Yeah, like it was stupid patriotic. Like it was, and, like, everyone pulled up with like the American shirts and the American shorts, and again, Rudy's in his tall tee. Like like definitely I don't got any shorts with America
For
on.
us, by us, baby. Fubu all day, every day.
And I thought it was cool because like it was taking pride like in their American culture. But I remember in that moment, and I was the only
Brown boy.
not white person in this like entire like, and it was like the whole family too. It wasn't just like
Hey, shout out to them for
the
having me in
immediate
it,
family.
so that's
It was
dope.
maybe like 15, 20 people, and this brown boy.
Hey, that's what's up.
So that's one moment I can think of. All right.
Okay, well, you guys were talking about music, and the next question, I guess not question that we have is, it's actually an agree or disagree.
I disagree already.
Reggaeton is the best genre out right now.
What best? What like?
Genre. Music
No,
genre.
but like
In general, reggaeton
define-
is the best genre of music.
but that's a
out.
subjective thing, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's why it's
agree,
agree,
disagree.
disagree.
oh, I disagree. I don't really vibe with it as much as other people.
Right.
do.
Okay, but I think the key part
Wrong
of that
answer.
question is right now.
It's my answer.
It is. Is it the hottest?
That's what I'm asking. Because yes, I think it is.
Is it
I
the
think it's the
best
most
music out
successful
right now?
Latin music out right now. But
Okay, ask the question again.
is it the best? They just said best.
Why do men
That's fine.
complicate everything so much?
Ooh.
I'm just trying to. Look, I'm just seeking to understand and provide clarity.
It's agree or disagree. So I'm gonna take it like into perspective, like if it's our.
All right, listen to the question one more time. Monica?
Oh my gosh. Reggaeton is the best music genre out there right now.
I agree.
I disagree.
What else? Then what is it?
See, you're basing it off of the fact that it's like the hottest. She said best.
Yeah,
The best right now.
Okay. Then
Okay,
fuck.
name something that's better than reggaeton right now.
To me, I can name you mad things. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
and I'm asking you to name one.
Like it's old shit though. Like it's like not.
That's
what
that's not right now.
Man, I don't know which
To
one.
you-
All right, I really won that argument.
R&B. Like what do you mean? Like I'm much rather listen to like R&B than like reggaeton. That's me though.
On the back of that.
Like I recognize that reggaeton.
All right,
for
all
shit.
right. We're moving off music then.
That was the best though, like easily.
I again, that's subjective. So I don't know what. Are you defining it as like the
Kevin is
mainstream?
triggered. Kevin is
No,
triggered.
it
It's
is,
fine. We'll
like-
move on. We'll move on.
That's a poorly defined question.
Okay, sorry.
Is it the most streamed? Yes, or whatever. Like,
But it is the best. Like, okay, if you had to pick,
if
You know
there's a-
what?
Semantics.
Let's
Kevin,
ask.
semantics.
Let's ask the audience. The audience said yes.
they agree.
I mean, I'll still vibe with it.
Rudy's 1 point
I'd
ahead.
rather listen to other
Oh
shit.
my god.
All right. So for your next question, what is your favorite thing about your culture? Kevin, you technically have two cultures.
That's so deep.
I don't recognize one of them. I know because I can't speak on it.
Not
We
that you
know.
don't recognize it, you can't speak to it.
There you go. That's a better word.
Yeah, because not recognizing means that you don't fuck with it. I feel
Yeah,
like.
like I don't. I feel
kinda
like I
cool.
would feel like the biggest of frauds. Ask me a time I haven't felt Guatemalan enough every day. 'Cause I don't know anything about Guatemala.
That's fair.
Dang. Do you have
What's the
one?
most beautiful? What's my favorite part?
Yeah, what's
Your
your
favorite
favorite thing
thing?
about your culture?
Oh, that's hard.
El himno? No, I'm just kidding. that himno go hard,
I
bro.
mean,
A ver,
I
cántalo.
Mexicanos a grito de guerra. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Oh, that's my shit.
I definitely couldn't get that far
Dude, I
into
mean,
it.
dude, there's so
Do not
much.
ask me to
Right?
finish the lyrics to that song. 'Cause no, but
Yeah,
no.
that's it.
Surprise! Guess what's next?
I mean, there's obviously the food. The food's a big, huge one, right? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's my favorite. Like,
I
that's
think
a
for
hard-ass
myself,
question.
I'll answer it from, and this may not be like a cultural, like it's not something that's tangible the way like music and food is, right? Like, oh, I love the food, I love it. But to me, one of the most beautiful parts about the time I spent when I was young in Mexico was the sense of everyone around me was family, right? And so like like this like, and maybe it's again because where we came from was a very small pueblo, right? To me, the most beautiful part of being there was being able to just be very free, like being able to like experience life without the world that I knew here in the U.S., right? With all these like constraints, all these limitations. So it's like the sense of community, the sense of of everyone kind of being like a part of your family was probably what I would say
Yeah.
is my favorite part. At least I guess that's in my experience.
That's a great answer, actually. I got really,
Thanks.
I very much agree with you there. No, I think another thing is great. One thing I always attribute Mexicans with is like super hardworking. They're guerreros, right? Like
For sure.
they're the Aztec blood runs deep. You know what I'm saying? So I think that whole like the mentality of just working hard, like they're very hardworking people, and I take a lot of pride in that, right? Like, and it spans so many things. It even goes into shit like fucking like boxing. Like you know Mexican boxers like. Oh, sorry, I think you disconnected something. Like how they just go out there and they're just like they're out for blood, you know what I mean? Except
For sure.
We won't get into that. But it's just that.
Except for who?
Canelo.
You don't think he goes out there looking for blood?
Not like the old.
Yeah.
Have you seen the old? But anyways, we don't want to start
Yeah.
getting into that. But yeah, no, just that guerrero mentality, that hard worker, that like go out and get it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But
Like get it out the mud, just you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it some way or another.
make it shake.
We
and
definitely are like the people that don't like I think ask for things.
bake. Yeah.
Like we ask for the opportunity to make it on our own, like to So I think
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love everything. I don't know. It's hard to answer that question. I'm just like prideful.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say food or music because I feel like those are kind of the easy things to
I like your
really
answer.
like attach to.
I'm good with Rudy's answer.
Trying to be different.
Rudy's answer.
Dang, I'm 2 for 0.
Well, speaking of food, you guys are doing really well at like leading into our next.
We were not fed these questions ahead of time, so I don't know. That's why I'm like having
I
to think of
cheated. I
this.
cheated. I broke into the teacher's office.
Oh, did you?
I stole the test.
Stole the test?
Stole the
I feel
test.
like you would. That's something you would do.
I definitely would have tried, but I definitely never did.
So you guys, what is your favorite food dish from another Latin American country? So not Mexico.
I only know one, to be honest with you. No, I don't.
And what's your favorite? So what's
That one's
your
easy for
favorite?
me. Pupusas. I love pupusas.
Ooh, that's.
Pupusas are fire.
And
That's
where are
up
pupusas
there.
from?
Pupusas. Central America, Salvador, Guatemala, like Honduras, they all eat pupusas, I believe.
They do, yeah.
What's that?
So-
What's the? Do you know where the origin?
Origins?
Yeah.
The first? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even think they
I
would
don't know.
know.
I don't think.
You don't think so?
Let us
No.
know if you
I'm
know.
sure there's
Yeah,
a
if
claim
you know,
out
It's probably
shout it out.
The Mayans, bro. I don't know. It's probably the Mayans.
I'm sure there's a claim out there by some like pueblo in some country. Like,
I don't
you
know.
Like
But yeah,
the
pupusas
OGs.
for sure. Revueltas, which chicharrón con queso or frijol con queso, either one.
Frijol
Both
con
of those
queso is-
are fire.
Mm.
I know those mean, that word means different to different people. So,
I need to expand like my.
but I don't
I'm
think
super picky though.
Yeah, what about you, Rudy?
I don't eat
you don't eat.
food
Ever?
that I don't
Get these games, bro. You
know
gotta
a
get food.
lot of. You
You've
know what I'm
never
saying?
had like arepas, you've never had plátanos, you've never had.
So that was gonna kind of be my answer, right? Like anything that has plantains in it right now, like I'm rocking with super heavy.
Cool.
Like there hasn't been a plantain that like tostones.
I can't stand plantain.
You've never made a plátano you didn't like?
Whoa, fellas.
Pause.
Pause. I've never met. I don't even know how to correct that. Plátanos served as a food dish. I love you. I don't know how else to say it. But yeah,
I don't fuck with plantains at all. That's cool though.
there were some plantains recently that I tried that were kind of average though, but I think it was more so the cook than it was the actual plantains.
Oh, throwing shade on.
Is that a
the podcast,
subtweet?
I see.
That's a
At them
substitute.
next time.
Yeah, at that person next time.
Okay.
Alright, guys, so we are gonna do a riddle.
Fuck.
Where's the soundboard when you need it?
Hey, I got you.
This man be sleeping on the soundboard.
For
Hold on.
real.
Here it goes. Wait. Why is the riddle being
I
don't
like
know.
Monica's
prefaced by an
version
air
better.
horn?
I don't know. That's what they wanted.
I think that's the first time
Alright,
ever.
you guys will have 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock?
30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Alright, to answer this riddle. I'm only gonna repeat it twice. So please don't ask me to do it
Don't
three
even
times.
repeat it twice.
Oh, okay. I'm only gonna do it once.
I'm in the
Okay,
zone.
so the timer starts from the
When
moment
I
we
finish
ask
it.
for the second one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go.
Alright. Oro parece.
Is it Spanish? All right, hold on. I have to recalculate this. My brain was in English riddle. All right, I'm in Spanish
All
riddle
right.
mode now. Go ahead.
Alright. Oro parece, plátano es, el que no lo adivine, bien tonto es. Alright, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Oro parece, plátano es, el que no lo adivine, bien tonto es.
Oro parece plata. No,
No,
¿Es el plátano?
I hate
It
him.
is!
I hate Kevin.
Kevin, that was so impressive!
Hey, low key, I think
The-
this is my
the
answer. I think this is my
answer
answer. That
was-
helps.
It was
That shit
plátano.
was so easy, dog.
Wow.
You see what they try to do?
I'm
They try to
impressed.
say plata. No, it's
No,
like
es,
plata like
yeah.
silver.
You know what?
Plátano
Snaps for
es.
Kevin. Snaps for Kevin.
You can't get one past me, boy. Cuando tú vienes, yo ya fui. That's no. Alright, whatever.
I thought that was. I don't know what that
I
was.
thought it was cuando tú vienes, like, ya vengo de regreso.
I thought you were quoting the bowler.
Neither
You know the
here nor
bowler that like is like really emphatic. He's like, "Who do you think you are? I am." You know what I'm talking about?
What the fuck?
Someone knows what I'm talking about. He like bowls a strike and then he points at his opponent and he's like, "Who do you think you are? I am." I thought that's what you were quoting in Spanish.
No.
All right.
If anybody knows what Rudy's talking about, please let him know. There's only one
Hey,
person
add me
in
on
this room
Instagram,
that
we're
knows.
friends.
All right. The next thing we have for you guys is
That was
a
me.
trivia question.
Okay.
In the bag. Is this gonna be read in Spanish too?
Is it-
What
No,
is
no,
the
Is it office trivia?
No.
no?
I'm
Man.
still traumatized on that.
Fumble the bag. What is the largest Spanish-speaking city in the world?
Largest in terms of like
That's the
geographic area,
The
or
question-
largest in
The
terms of
trivia
like population?
question is, as was read,
What is the largest?
What is the largest Spanish-speaking city in the world?
I have no idea.
It's the F.
I don't know. I mean, there's Spain too. It could be Madrid.
It's the F. Right? Mexico City? Yeah.
Oh,
That was easy.
wow, I'm impressed.
Okay.
I was really expecting you guys to get all of these wrong.
Too smart.
Oh yeah, Kevin and I are
Y'all make a great team.
semi-smart.
Y'all, this is the dream team right now.
He's the nerd. I got the street smarts. We got it.
All right.
Yeah, and you know not to ask me population. So.
Yeah, geography, population. I'm the boy.
So we got a next one here. Agree or disagree? Salsa verde is better
Oh.
than salsa roja.
Disagree.
Excuse me? I won't come across this table and drop kick the shit out you.
Do it right now. I'd like to see you try.
Rojo is so
Oh.
trash, bro.
But no. Okay, so I'll provide context.
What's the context?
Of my answer.
Okay, provide it.
I have only recently really started to eat salsa verde.
Alright.
all
So
that
he's
way.
not. It's verde, guys. It's verde. There's very rare occasions
But
where
I
the
eat
verde
red
is trash.
I eat like salsa roja with like everything.
But you can make it with too many tomatoes, and it gets too tomatoey.
Nah, man, you're tripping. It's verde. It's definitely verde.
Why?
Why? Because it's just better, bro. Tomatillos are fire.
I don't know.
Unless, except, like I said, there's like rare occasions where they make a trash salsa verde. Like, I think sometimes they make it with like aguacate. It's more like aguacate. It's more like avocado, like
Oh,
guacamole.
That's another hot take. I don't
like
eat
that shit.
aguacates either.
And this man says salsa roja. You know what it is? See? All right, next question.
For
It's
the
salsa verde.
listeners,
He's wrong. I'm
everybody
right.
in the room just
Okay,
gasped.
again, let me provide more context. I am now only expanding my palate. Okay?
Okay, nothing but Doritos.
What we like to call growth.
I've recently started
You
eating
know what
now
that's
some
called?
seafood.
Growth.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've started to try, like I said, salsa verde. Like I used to like just not. Okay, I think maybe that's the subcontext I need to provide. Anything that was green, I was like, gross vegetables.
Pendejo.
It's stupid, yeah, for sure. But
What is the red one made out of then?
I don't know. I guess like I thought of ketchup, and I was cool with ketchup. So you know,
What's ketchup made out of?
it's okay. That's something that's for sure. Like when people say, "Do you like?" If you say, "I don't like tomatoes," and someone's like, "What do you like ketchup?" They're very different. Like if you physically do something to the tomato, like crush it up, season it, that's very different from buying the tomatoes. But
Hey,
like
buddy,
no, that's
guess what? It's the same thing with salsa verde. It's very different.
oh, I get it.
Next
yes,
question.
and I've tried it.
Next.
I'm angry right now.
Well, the next thing we
We're not on
have
the same
is
team anymore.
a riddle.
Oh, here we go again.
All right, we got this.
It's too
Come on,
easy.
team
Are y'all
up with
ready?
me again.
Yeah.
Now I have
is this
faith
gonna
in
be right?
Kevin.
Hey, you're the salsa
It is
verde,
in
to my
Spanish.
salsa roja.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
in Spanish, so
Oh.
pardon me. ¿Dónde se puede encontrar un océano sin agua?
¿Dónde se puede encontrar un océano sin agua?
Oceano. Osea. No. Un osea. No sé.
I think we're trying to break it down like the last riddle.
Yeah.
30 seconds on the
¿Dónde
clock.
puedes encontrar un océano
Sin agua.
Sin agua.
Fucking Mars? Oh, this one stumped me. I have no idea. ¿Dónde puedes
This is what happens when you get too cocky.
Oceano.
5 seconds left.
I think this is a play on the word océano.
Yeah, for some shit. The Dead Sea. The Dead Sea has water in it. I don't know. The Gulf of Mexico. That's mad water.
You
It's
know
an
what,
ocean.
what would really help right now?
Huh.
The Jeopardy theme song. But the soundboard is.
Well, you see the.
Alright, time up.
Damn, son.
En un mapa.
Pendejo. Pinche respuesta más pendeja. Pinche Vero mamado, güey.
Well, somebody's a sore loser.
I don't want to hear
Boo.
it. Wah, wah,
En una
wah.
mapa.
En un mapa.
Un mapa.
En un
Un
mapa.
mapa.
Get the gender of the map correct, buddy.
Alright.
All right, you guys have failed. That was actually more what we were expecting out of you, if we were being honest.
Rude.
Speaking of expectations,
I
So-
see the transition. She's
Yeah,
cleaning her
right?
bag right now, dog.
all right, guys. So, a little bit more serious of a question for you guys. What is the biggest expectation that your parents have set for you?
Like in life?
I feel like you sort of touched
Yeah,
on this.
that's like all I talked about in the previous
Yep.
episode.
So
was
that's why we
getting good
said-
grades in school.
We were recalling to other episodes.
Yeah, that's mine. It's literally.
That's your biggest expectation.
Remind everyone what that was.
Yeah, it's getting good grades in school so that I can like graduate and college, high school and college. Because graduating high school is not an accomplishment in my family.
Fair.
I'm just letting you know what it was. So
Your parents went to school in the U.S. at all? Did they?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And they graduated.
My dad didn't graduate. My mom did.
Okay.
Yeah, they both went to school in California. But yeah, getting good grades so I can go to college and then graduate from college and get a cushy like office job where I can
And
sit
now
at a
work in the
computer.
field. Okay.
Yeah, and I work manual labor, not do manual labor.
Mm.
So that was mine.
And look at you.
I
Great
did.
job. Way to make them proud. What's the new expectation you think?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't asked them.
They never like nudge you,
I don't know.
kids.
Answer the question, man.
Oh, I've answered my question before. I don't
Well, yeah,
think
we're
I had
calling.
an expectation
At all?
placed on me.
None.
I mean, not to be a jackass. That's the only one that I can really think of. Like, no ser más respetuoso, right? Just kind of make sure.
I don't know, like have children or not have children. Find you a Mexican honey or a not Mexican. Nothing. They didn't expect nothing out of you.
That's why I am who I am. No,
Wow.
no, I think the biggest expectation, again, the only one was to not allow the sacrifice that my parents made to go to waste. Right? That was, in whatever form whatever way, shape, or form that kind of played out. Like, it wasn't like do good in school. It wasn't like become. I mean, my dad wanted me in the NBA. Like, that was definitely like, my dad's a
There you go. Be a professional basketball player.
Obviously,
Nice.
I failed.
Not even close.
But for the most part, that was definitely just the biggest expectation, right? Like, definitely make use of the sacrifice that, and it was never framed in that way, right? I was never told like, you see what I'm sacrificing here? Like, you better not let this go to waste. It was never in that kind of way. It was more so just kind of like an understood, like, we are here because we want you to have a better life. Like, that's what we'd like for you. And so
Just to do
should
better.
do it.
To do better than they are doing. To
yeah,
be better off.
and that's a very like, when someone says like to do better than what they did, right? There's a lot of things that my parents did great that I don't think I'll ever be able to do as well as they did. So I think there's just
I just mean like lifestyle, like
for sure,
status.
yeah, like financially, economically, all
yeah.
that stuff. Good jazz. But
So,
yeah.
are there any expectations that your families have for you that you feel conflicted to meet?
Oh.
No.
Are there any expectations that you feel conflicted to meet? Like, for example, like, right, this isn't one that applies to us, but like if you were a girl and your parents really wanted you to have grandkids and you were like, I don't want to have grandkids. I don't want to have kids at all. Fuck these kids. Fuck
You
them
can be a
kids.
guy and not want kids either.
For sure, but like that's just an example because I think that gets more so like put on, I guess, like
Females.
girls.
No,
Maybe
for
that's just
sure.
me like projecting.
Do you have a good
ladies.
answer? Because honestly, don't think I.
Or maybe like continuing in a career that you don't necessarily want to be in anymore.
Well, they didn't choose that career for me, but yeah, at this point, they probably want me to stay at my job, and I fucking hate my job.
Anyone that see I hope
I don't like my job, so.
I think for me the only thing that I can really think of, and it's not that I haven't met the expectation, but I think now there's some concern, right, of starting a family and like having the kind of relationship I think my parents expected of me, right? Like, because we're very like traditional people, and there's not a lot of people that are very like, even my sister, she's like Americanized. She's a little bit like outside of like the normal scope of like our family, but she's still pretty like clean cut. Like it's like palatable, I guess, right? Like she has 2 kids. Like she didn't get married, like when she had kids, right? Which was kind of like like.
Uh-oh.
But like she did the right thing for herself, right? In that circumstance, like now she's with my brother-in-law. But for me, it's probably that, right? Like
When are you gonna have kids, basically?
when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna settle down? When are you gonna start a family?
Rudy's parents?
That's my therapist.
You're gonna have to wait. Buckle in and wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Mr. and Mrs. Apse?
I don't even know. But I think it's because they're concerned, right? Because like they started seeing, and I think they've always been a little bit
We're all
concerned.
concerned, Rudy. Let me tell you, we're all concerned.
Because they think I'm like not weird, but like
You're weird.
different. You know what I'm saying?
You're
like,
weird.
all right, cool.
Next
thanks.
question. We're all concerned. Talk to your therapist about it.
All right, thanks for cutting me off, Dad. Okay, Dad.
All right. So on the topic of parents,
Mijo.
what types of uncomfortable conversations have you had to have with your parents? Whether it be about religion, racism, sexism, or anything that has to do with that might be brought up in older generations.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes is my answer. All of the above.
All of them?
Yeah, like they're kind of like.
Were they awkward though?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Uncomfortable
uncomfortable.
with
Awkward.
quotes around it.
Gotcha.
No, they
Okay.
just like we've discussed this on previous episodes that like there's a different ideology and a different like belief system that like old school Mexican parents have more often than not, right? Not everyone, but more often than not. I think my parents particularly share those beliefs, right? Some of them. And so I've definitely had to have a conversation. I'm like, it's not okay to say XYZ. It's not okay to think XYZ. You know what I mean? And it's not like awkward, but it is like, it definitely is uncomfortable. And sometimes I'm having to like kind of fight and like try to like, get them to see the other side, so to speak. But it's tough. Having those conversations are hard, for sure.
What's been
But necessary.
for sure? Those are like they said. Is there one that sticks out to you that you have like a specific that you can recall?
The one that's no, not really. Like I don't think I have like one specific. I just know there's been several talks on like like colorism, racism, stuff. Like we've had experiences where we've had things happen that were like unfortunate, and like we were basically like a black person took advantage of my father at one point, right? Like did XYZ. I won't get into like the specifics,
details of
right?
it, yeah.
But we basically scammed or whatever. There was a situation where like this black person did something to my dad, right? And so my dad naturally went off and
Use his
went on-
identity as like a
and now has generalized that, right? And so
Yeah.
like it was a very specific situation between one specific individual who happened to be a black person, but now it's been like a generalized thing, right? So like I'm having to like, well, no, hold on,
It's a human tendency, almost, right? Like to call out the, I guess, characteristic that stands out about this person that you can easily kind of like pick at, right? So like in this circumstance, it was a
What
black
they
guy.
look like.
So so like they're just gonna like attack that part of them, like when it really almost, and it should never really matter, right? Like what that characteristic was.
exactly.
Yes,
But
for sure. I've had.
So not to say, just real quick, like we've had those talks, but it's never been something that's like awkward, right? Awkward. So because I don't want to put that out there either. Like it's not like my dad's out here just being problematic out in the like he's not like that. You know what I mean? Or like my parents.
I would say that I've never had a conversation where like I guess I was met with a lot of buts, like but. You know what I'm saying? Like they were really defending it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been uncomfortable because I feel like those conversations started happening more recently, and I felt much more like the parent in like the conversation.
Right,
Having
exactly.
to
Like,
correct.
let me teach you about racism, father.
Exactly.
Sit down.
Yes.
So that's kind of weird, but I think the most uncomfortable conversations have been different about that. My dad one time like made he thought my dad thinks he's a funny guy, much like myself. Like right, that's where I get it from. And so my homeboys Jason and Kwame came over, and I'm not gonna say the joke, but he tried to make a joke that was based on them being black, and I remember sitting there being like,
Clutches pearls.
call me Jason, let's go. Like, and I had to come back and be like, Dad, like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say it. And he was like, what? Like, this is, I was like,
Es chistoso.
yeah, and I was like, no. Like,
Because-
we're going to revisit this later. Like,
Yeah.
you're in trouble. But when we get home, I'm whooping your ass.
You
You know what
definitely
I'm
just
saying?
have to give them like another perspective a lot of times and like open
Go
their
to
eyes
your
a little
room.
bit.
And then the only other one that was kind of uncomfortable, or that has been uncomfortable, was my parents asking me about drugs. Like, Like that's been.
Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are whack. All right.
Well.
Rudy, do not use this public forum to push negative agendas, buddy. Don't do drugs. Drugs are whack.
Okay.
Do it responsibly.
Moving on.
Moving on. This is a agree or disagree statement. Kids should not put their parents in a nursing home.
Kids should not put their parents in. I think they're trying to appeal to the Mexican stereotype that, or maybe it's all Latino stereotype. But
Kids should not. So the statement is kids should not put their kids in a nursing home.
Duh.
I agree.
Yeah.
Unless they want to.
Nah.
So I
Unless
think
the parent wants to.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kevin, you did catch. You got us. Like, do you think in
Trying
our
to trap
culture
us.
that it's expected to care for your parents and not put them in nursing homes?
It's
Like,
definitely
that's
expected.
expectation.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. I think there's an expectation of some level of care, right? Where it may not always look like that, but like whether it's.
Okay, so do you think that responsibility should always fall on their kids to take care of them when they get older?
Should?
Yeah, shit is a weird word. I would never put my parents in a nursing home, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I would never put them in a
I'm
nursing
not
home
gonna judge
either.
someone else for doing it. You know what I mean? That's where the should comes into play.
Yeah, I guess, right? Like if you're gonna like be
To
that,
each their own. I
you
guess.
can't be that, I guess, definitive with the statement, but I don't know. That's definitely an American thing. I would think. I guess I would have to look at like
To put their parents in nursing homes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
it
mean,
almost.
I mean, I'll stick my parents in like the back room of the house, like way in the back. You know what I mean? Like way back there. Y'all figure it out.
Like in Coco, when she's just in the room, just
Yeah.
chilling, just the whole time.
But they're gonna be in that house regardless. You feel me? Like they're not gonna be in a nursing
But again,
home.
then it depends. Like, right? Well, one, my parents would never, because what the fuck am I gonna do in this American nursing home? Like, I don't even play these board
Hey,
games.
but some people do it.
Like,
Some people put their parents in nursing homes.
I don't think Latinos do.
Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, unless they speak English, my parents would be so confused. They would not know what to do. Especially because all those old people are probably racist, so they'd be like hated.
Nah, they'd be the cool ones, bro.
Bro, that's true.
They might be the cool ones though, because it'd be like the outside, like
No, the
everyone-
most problematic people will take the longest to die. Like, what? Like, that's facts. Look at it.
Oh, but look at who? Look at who?
Look at the UK. What's the king that won't fall over? That looks like a corpse.
Which one is it? I don't know.
I forgot. Philip? Is it?
It's Philip, right?
Is it
Is
King
it Philip?
Yeah.
He's not a king, by the way.
Or
Nah, he's-
what is he?
It's the queen's husband, but he's
The
not
queen's
a king.
husband. I mean, shit. He looks racist, but I mean, next point.
Purple.
But yeah, no, I would never. I don't think you shouldn't if that's what you feel like is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that
Mhm.
because again, I don't think my parents would ever be comfortable with that in my circumstance.
Yeah, I'd never do it, but teach their own, I guess.
For sure.
So.
Yeah.
All right, so what kind of parents do you think you're going to be? And I know you touched on it a little bit on the last episode, but just in general, what kind of parents do you think you're going to be?
I'm gonna be fucking fun. I think. I can't wait to have kids, bro. Okay.
Rudy's kids are going to have no discipline.
I'm like the concept of having children excites me very much.
Mhm.
Like,
What are you waiting for?
okay, now the process of having kids, right, like is a little challenging, right? Because I want to have it the right way, right? Like,
Yeah, and you're kind of.
well, not the process, right? Because the
Couple
process is fun, but like everything else around the process. But I think the kind of parent I want to be is I want to take everything that my parents did.
I want to be just like my dad.
That. Are you sure?
Well, mine is the thing I said earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. I want to do everything that my parents did for me, as far as like instilling like the one, like being able to like be a hard worker, like you said, like the cultural like positives that I think I took out of like my upbringing, and then kind of now stop what I think was bad. Like I'm just trying to like we talked about it last time, right? Like our parents did a lot of good things, but there's some things that our culture is not very good at addressing, and so I want to be the best parent ever. But I want to be the fun parent. I definitely want my wife to be like the stern like me.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm the fun one.
so
I'm
like
Phil.
after
Anyone
your-
watch Modern Family out there? I'm Phil. I'm fun.
No, it's not family.
Fucking loser.
Nah.
All right.
And you?
It's a very white show.
I mean, yeah, like I definitely wanted like.
You're not gonna be the fun parent. I already know.
What does that mean?
Kevin is
Thursday
insulting.
we went rollerblading or skating, and
shit's
you were
whack.
literally the grumpiest man alive.
That
You
shit
were
is
like,
whack.
you were like,
I'll tell you this.
There was
My
kids
boy's
having-
playing soccer. We out here in the soccer fields. I'm gonna train that boy. He gonna be the next CR7.
you're gonna be like the grandpa on hold. We're like, Grandpa, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, that's too damn bad. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
gonna
know.
be you.
Yeah.
Bro, we were out here roller skating. There's kids having fun. Everyone's having a good time. It was the first time I was there, like 10 years, and I was like sucking, but I was like still having a good time. And then Kevin's just like going at 3 miles an hour over to the side.
Yeah.
I guess that's really fast actually. He's going like 3 feet a mile, and he's like,
What, 3 feet a mile?
dweebs, all these losers out here, go pick up a ball, you
Yeah.
losers. Like he was just talking shit about
Build
everyone.
some
that was-
character.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, sports build character. We ain't gonna.
They do.
So.
They do. But if your kid says, "Hey, Dad, I want to go roller skate," you're gonna be like, "No, you fucking dweeb.
Let's go play soccer. The roller skating. They closed the rink.
Go."
It's closed.
That's
I'm
so
sorry.
now you're gonna lie to your kid.
Yes, I'm not above lying to my
Yeah, I
child.
guess for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna lie too.
What do
Well.
you mean?
On to the next thing. What is your most toxic trait?
Forcing sports on my child.
That's not toxic at all. That's just problematic.
What's the difference?
Define toxic. Are we talking about toxic as far as?
Yeah, just like something
In
that
your character.
in your character that is considered toxic. Like something that you do, and
You can get as deep or as superficial with this question as you want to.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, you want to answer?
Let's ask the audience.
You want to answer
Let's
the
not
question?
do that. Actually,
What's my most toxic trait?
you're pretty problematic a little bit.
This man. What is wrong with you? How am I problematic?
A little bit.
No, I'm not.
You're not trying to be woke.
That doesn't mean. Man, I'm not gonna pander and be like performative wokeness, but that doesn't mean I'm like.
Yeah, for sure.
fucking, like,
And I appreciate that. You're trying not to like just do it for the
never
sake
am I
of
gonna
doing
go out of
it.
my way and like talk badly on like a group of people or on a social justice topic. Like, what the fuck? What does that even mean?
I don't know. Let's do a
Man,
couple more.
Rudy, don't put that negative energy on me. This podcast is gonna go sideways.
All right. You're doing okay. Good
My
job.
most toxic trait. I don't know. I mean, probably is that I like very much like sports. Like, yeah, you need to do some sports. I don't know. Like,
Do you think that's machismo?
probably. I think.
Is that where that roots from?
probably?
You're a little bit of a. I was gonna say masochist. But that's actually.
Well, I
not
think-
right.
Hey, probably, but really, I just want like homeboy to like live my dreams throughout. live my. How's it?
Oh, you're gonna be the
Live
parent.
out
Oh,
your
that actually ties in the
dreams
question.
through
Yeah,
them.
you're gonna like force your kid's dream, like your
Yeah.
dream on your kid.
Yeah.
That's very
Oh,
toxic.
you're so excited about it.
Fuck yeah. He's gonna play Demo and soccer. He's gonna do all the
live your
things.
dreams out.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's gonna do all the things I was too much of a bum to do.
Your kid's gonna be your kid's gonna,
So I guess a second part of that. Oh, sorry.
your son's gonna be a
Do you
ballerina.
have
Is all I was
yours?
gonna say.
Hey, don't you
That'd
put
be
that
cool.
energy on my
This is a
child.
Hey,
two-part
ballerina is
question.
a
It's a
great
two-part
sport to
question,
do
sir.
as
Shut
a
up.
kid for footwork.
It's a two-part question, so we need your answer.
Okay.
What's your
What
most
is your
toxic
most
trait?
toxic
Oh,
trait?
what's my most toxic trait?
Yes.
I can name a
Oh,
couple.
no.
Oh,
Name them.
Go name. Go ahead.
He did it to you.
see,
Name
I'm
them.
like
Do
you.
it.
I won't
Do
throw
it.
you under the bus.
Do it.
Tell me.
No.
Shoot.
I love that we've stirred the pot.
That was the goal of this, so obviously we did a great job.
I don't think I'm
He
that
called you out,
toxic.
babe. He called you out.
No, I'm gonna let him cook. No
I
communication
can't.
skills. Can't count on this man to do anything.
Oh, I mean, I communicate effectively. Maybe not consistently, but I think I can communicate
Rudy,
fairly effectively.
You invited me to a game night at 8:30. Like for 8:30 at 6:30 of
Okay.
that day. When you hadn't texted me 2 days and I asked you.
That's different though. All right, I don't know. Maybe I'm not self-aware. That's what
I was like on Thursday, hey Rudy, what do you want the topic to be about? Let's do something serious. All right, what? Crickets. Crickets for like 3 days.
But-
Saturday comes around. I don't know. Let's discuss in 2 hours at game night. What game night? What are you talking about?
But that's not toxic. That's just like
This is a
That's
character
a bad
that's a
habit.
character flaw. Yeah. Don't play me.
Well,
Um,
I guess the second part of it
go
is
ahead.
like, are you working on it and what are you doing to correct it, if you are or not?
My child's not here yet, so no.
Nice.
There's no conceived child as of yet, so.
I'm working on it.
What was yours? Share yours and tell us
Honestly,
how
I
you're
don't
working
think
on
it's
it.
like I don't know how to
Share it.
describe that
Share
it's
it.
a toxic trait.
Share it.
I mean, I definitely have like this isn't toxic, but like commitment issues, and so like toxic traits like kind of. Hold on, that
Turn
wasn't
it
loud
up.
enough.
Turn it up.
That's what we were looking for.
And so
There we
again,
go.
I don't
See,
think
I didn't
that's
want
a
to put the
toxic
answer out
trait.
for you.
Is having a commitment issue a toxic trait?
I knew that's what he was gonna say. I just didn't want to say it for him. So how
It's-
are you working
Are
on
you
it?
working on it?
Okay, so again,
How?
I'm going to describe that. I don't think that it's a toxic trait. I definitely think it's just a flaw that I'm working on, and I'm seeking to understand like where that comes from. And I think I know where it comes from.
You
Right.
want to be in the
I
streets.
can jump really deep into my bag of like my discussions that I have with myself, but I'm not going to. How am I working on them? I am trying to address the root of the problem.
The man's trying to be a man. Hello, everybody. Don't let me
That's
deceive
not
you.
true.
Don't let me
Don't
deceive
even put that energy on me. What not at all. Maybe like 2 years ago.
you. Okay.
But nowadays that's definitely not the case.
He's working on it, guys.
I'm definitely not the person I was 2 years ago.
So.
That's what we call growth.
For sure. I'll say like I think I've grown a lot in doing the things that I was doing almost like intentionally, and so now it's just overcoming because the commitment issues were like spawn themselves in like bad behaviors. Now I don't think I have those bad behaviors, but it's still overcoming the issue itself. Put it out there like that.
Cool.
Next.
Alright, so next. If you're having a bad day, would you rather be left alone or would you want somebody to spend time with you and cheer you up?
Yo, leave me alone.
Both.
Leave me alone.
Rudy's a woman.
Both.
How do you want both at the same time?
Spend
That's-
time
that's
with me in the vicinity, but like don't talk to
Leave me
me.
alone.
Literally.
Like
impossible.
we can hang out, but don't be overbearing about trying to like.
Oh yeah, we
you
can
know
do
what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah, we can do that. That's what I meant. Like, leave me alone about the issue. I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Let's
Right.
just do something
Like,
else.
or maybe it's an issue that I need time to be on my own about.
Yeah.
Like that, like, and I guess, and this is for anybody, right? Don't become a part of the problem trying to force, because you're forcing yourself to be the solution.
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes
like-
time's the solution, so just leave
For
me alone.
sure,
I'll
yeah.
get over it later.
But again, as in this circumstance, as a guy, it's important for you to communicate that. Because if you don't do it effectively, then they're not going to know, and... Alright, cool.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like just your preference. So.
Adds communication issues to Kevin's list of problems.
Well, I mean...
Alright,
Told you it
so
was problematic.
this
Fuck
is
you.
the last riddle
When?
of the episode.
Okay,
Are you ready?
yes.
I got it this time.
Are you paying attention?
Is it in
Ready?
Spanish again?
Mm-hmm.
In Espanol.
30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds on.
Venga.
Alright. Ready?
Yo.
4 gatos en un cuarto, cada gato en un rincón, cada gato ve 3 gatos, adivina cuántos gatos son.
4 gatos en un cuarto. Cada gato en un rincón.
Your recall right now? Great.
Cada gato ve 3 gatos. And then cuántos gatos
Uh-huh.
son? She says 4. Wait, no, 4.
Say it again, say
Did
it
she
again.
say cuarto or 4? I think she said 4 gatos.
Say
She
it
said
again.
cuarto
Say it.
gatos.
5 seconds left.
Come on, say it again.
4 gatos en un cuarto, cada gato en un rincón, cada gato ve 3 gatos, adivina cuántos gatos son.
I don't know, I'm gonna say
Son
4.
cuatro,
That's
right?
probably wrong, but I'm gonna say
Son
4.
Yeah.
Ding!
Oh.
This
I
get it.
thought it was a trick question. I said 4. I'm like, wait, it can't be 4. That's too easy.
What was the riddle part of that? Because that was very straightforward.
Was it just like a tongue twister type thing?
No, it's the riddle. Also, the riddles that we picked were for like kids.
Yeah,
so
that was
I don't know how
pretty-
proud you guys should
Damn,
be of
we're fucking
yourselves.
stupid.
Well, I thought it was going to be hard, you know what I'm saying?
Me too. That's why I was like, I'm trying to like get in her head, like, 4 gatos, pero gatos, and then there's 4 feet each
Hey, you know,
cat.
I started thinking, I was like, okay, there's definitely a mirror in this.
Yeah, me too.
There's a mirror in one corner.
I'm
So
like,
that's 2 cats.
this room has like 8 corners in it. Like,
Yeah, bro, I was thinking, like, what's the shape of this room?
I was about to
It
do
just
like some
popped
areas.
around.
Yeah,
What's the
no,
square
fuck it.
footage?
Get a map, start drawing that whole out. That sounds like the riddle that's the American equivalent would be like, how much wood could woodchuck chuck and woodchuck could chuck wood? As much wood as a
You ever
woodchuck
hear
chuck
that?
would.
But
Yeah,
Woodchuck
there's
wood.
no real answer to that. It's just the second part is
You
not.
answered.
I asked my
How much wood could a woodchuck
Yeah,
chuck
but the
and a
answer to
woodchuck
this
could
is just
chuck wood?
4. Son 4 gatos.
I asked my
Oh,
Google, what's it called? Google Home, whatever that shit's called, and it said like,
The one
A
that
lot.
listens to you all the time?
yeah. I was
That's
like, hey
my
Google,
house.
how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck chuck wood, and it literally said a lot.
Oh, damn.
I was like,
Whack.
oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so the next thing is also kind of a fun question. If you were both stranded on an island together, who would last longer?
Easy, me. I'd eat Kevin.
What skills do you have that would help you survive?
We fighting, dog. I don't know if you can win that fight, bro.
The ability to eat.
You just said you were
You just said
picky.
you were picky, yeah.
There's only salsa verde on the island, so what are you
Oh
going
shit! I'm fucked. No.
Yeah, what are you gonna put on those tacos, buddy? I don't know.
No, but serious. Okay, so we're on an island.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
tough. Cause like
Deserted island.
I really don't like
Nothing.
claim to be like that much of like a resourceful person like in nature. Like I can't fucking build
You're
a
not
fire. Like,
outdoorsy.
I don't know how to fucking
Oh,
build a
I
fire.
definitely can.
You know what I mean? Like I'd die. Are we competing against each other? Or are we working as
You're
a
just
team?
trying to outlast each other.
If we compete, if he's not gonna build a fire for me, I'm gonna die first probably. Cause I'm not.
So your survival depends on him, is what you're saying.
for warmth.
I always have a lighter in my pocket.
See,
So
I mean,
and you know what? Y'all needed this at one point on the trip.
We did.
You remember? Yeah, you remember?
Uh-huh.
You told me you were like, "Where's Rudy when we need him? We need a lighter right now."
I don't
When
remember.
you were in
The
Mexico.
hurricane.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
The fire's in my pocket.
Yeah.
But I think I would definitely
You think
outlast
it's-
you.
I'm
Just like
so-
resourcefulness, yeah, for sure.
Dang, is that the conclusion?
Now, if we had to fight,
I'm not
Wow.
gonna fight this man over
if
this.
we had to fight each other like to the death to see if
Yeah.
one of us would survive,
Yeah.
I think I would still win, but it'd be more interesting.
Bitch, I tossed your ass across this fucking beach so quick.
Okay, 5'4". Next.
Tune into the next episode.
Yeah,
They're gonna fight
5'4".
each other.
First off, I'm 5'7", 150 pounds, dog. What are you?
I'm 6 foot. Don't worry about it.
152.
That's not true. Don't play with me.
Okay, well, yeah. Next episode we'll do a.
Yeah, tune in next time. We're
A
Kevin and
boxing
Rudy
match.
have a.
It's gonna be at a gym. We're gonna have like a wrestling mat.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like the office.
Office.
Dwight and Michael.
If you know, you know.
I'm Michael.
Okay.
He loses.
No,
The
Michael
next
wins.
one is
Yeah,
another.
that's
Um,
You're right. I forgot.
All right, ready?
It's an agree or disagree.
Okay.
Kevin is funnier than Rudy.
I'll let you go first.
Do you agree or disagree?
Duh.
Tell me a joke, funny guy.
This is your go-to. Tell me a joke. What the fuck you
Come
mean? Tell
on,
me a
make you
joke?
laugh.
No. You're always Mr. Serious Man.
Okay, on the podcast, sure, Kevin's funnier. In real life,
I'm just never serious about anything.
we're both kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think I'm easier to laugh at. I don't know if that makes me funnier.
I don't know how to construe that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like,
I take pride in
Funny
making
looking.
people laugh.
I think I'm
There
funny
was-
more
there
often
was a-
because you're serious more often.
There was a tweet that was like when you got the group chat jumping. You know what I'm saying? It's like some dude getting crowned and it's like the ha reaction emoji, like crowning him on the head. Like whenever you make the group chat jump, like it's hilarious. That really gives my soul
Yeah, he's hilarious.
energy.
So who's the funniest?
Hey, are you down to do stand up one day?
Oh, no.
Like let's go to a comedy club and we'll both do stand up and whoever gets booed off first loses. I'm down.
So what you're saying is you're both gonna get booed off.
At
It's
some
just
point, for
because
sure. I'm not
who's-
funny enough to be on a
Yeah,
stand up
But
comedian.
who lasts longer
Exactly.
before getting booed off?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You down?
I think I'm like funny more often because I'm never serious, and you're serious more often.
for
so
sure.
me. Play the sound.
Where's the incorrect thing?
Hater.
Rudy is funnier.
I don't know. Let the people tell
Oh,
us.
there it goes. All right.
All right. So
Last.
last but not least, your interns are the best interns that have ever interned in the
Yeah.
history of interning.
This one's tough. I don't know.
Intern.
It
is not a
wasn't
verb.
a question. This was just a fact.
Oh.
And that concludes the questions for the day.
All right.
Hey, to be fair, our interns, shout out. This whole production would not be a thing
I
without.
mean, we literally wouldn't be in this room.
We wouldn't be in this room.
This is not my house, so.
Facts. Shout out to the owner of the studio. No, but in all seriousness, thank you guys, cause y'all make it shake. Y'all man the cameras, or woman the cameras. Oh, that's sexist, huh?
Hey.
Damn. The whole culture.
Am I
is
just
wrong.
inserting that in the wrong?
They woman the cameras.
Hey, this episode went kind of long, but it was still fun. Hey, shout out to the girls. We had no idea what those questions were gonna be like.
No.
We'll probably post a little poll asking y'all the same type of questions.
How was my Spanish?
Not bad.
Thanks.
Definitely heard the accent a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
well,
it was the hesitation that you had when you started speaking. It was pretty
Anyways,
good.
so yeah, I mean, y'all let us know that this was kind of like a little bit of a different episode, right? Like we discussed, we wanted to do this, just kind of switch it up a little bit, break up the monotony, I guess.
Mhm.
But more than anything, kind of, we're like you said, we're trying to implement some changes, right?
For
So-
sure. So I guess now we can kind of speak to that. So moving forward, guys, what we plan on doing is, again, we're going to go on a little bit of a hiatus. Not for long, maybe like a few weeks.
Taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, we won't give you an exact date, but it won't be that long. We'll still be interacting on all of our platforms, and that's kind of the goal, right? We're really trying to be more interactive, kind of dedicate more time to topics, dedicate more time to each episode. And so I think from now on, we'll actually be releasing episodes every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we will hopefully kind of be able to highlight, again, the topics and the episodes a little bit more, kind of dive into things.
Yeah, I think that gives people time to catch up for those of y'all that
Mm-hmm.
haven't listened to all the episodes. No, I'm just playing. We love y'all.
Please listen.
But no, honestly, like having a episode every week for some people, I mean, it's tough to.
For sure, and for us, it's been a challenge, right? Like we don't dedicate our lives to the podcast, and we work and have other things. And Kevin's trying to get swole. I'm trying to get better at basketball. Kevin is swole. I'm sorry. And so yeah, so I think we're just trying to make it to where we don't sacrifice anything by trying to like rush the things. Like we're just again give everything its time, its due diligence, and just really again engage with everything a little bit more. So. There might be some more changes. Stay tuned. Like we'll kind of keep everything in the loop, and again, like we'll definitely be a lot more active on all of our platforms because that's definitely another goal we have.
So we're gonna give that a try and see how it goes. You know, if
any feedback.
If it's garbage.
This is a great time for you, for anyone that has feedback about anything that we've talked about. Like please, like we've gotten some really good like constructive criticism. We've gotten some really good like just positive feedback. Anything and everything that can help us grow. Like again, like. We are here to try and help start a conversation that is something that we want other people to be a part of, and we want to know what is going to help us engage you. So
yeah, y'all stay tuned. We'll let y'all know probably via social media when the first episode of season 2 drops.
Yep.
And in the meantime, make sure you follow us on all our socials.
Yeah, Rudy.dtx and the Scatter Roots Pod on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, and Coach Kev Ortiz on Instagram.
Yeah, go follow Kev. He needs some more love. Loser.
I'm saying.
and if you haven't already, go report Rudy.
Rudy, we're not going to do this on the last episode.
He's holding my handle. Okay? Go report this man. Thank you.
Wrap it up then.
All right. Well, now, thank you guys so much for this tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you again later. We're out.
Adios.